Hello, my name is Amina Peffer, and today I will be talking about the GSS 1996 data, which basically is the General Social Survey. So from the survey was taken from, which I just explained, it talks about the various situations we talk about today in our world, and all the data has evolved from that prior era, but into this era, I had seen in the data on the research, it talks about the independent variable, which is the political views, and then the dependent variable is the income, and then the controlling is race, which all comes to play in each of these variables. So in figure 1, we talk about the pie chart of the race. And the pie chart explains basically that in the descriptive paragraph, as for the controlling variable, which is race, majority of the percentage is white, and for that percentage is 80% from the diagram I had seen. However, for the least race, which is for the African American race or blacks, which is 13.9%. And the lowest for the race is others specified, and that percentage is 6.1. So in the interpretive, from the gathering of what I've seen, is for the race, majority of the race, which is white, which makes sense to me because how society sees it, the more whites make, the better, and the lower black make, in retrospect, the poorer they are. In some aspects, how society portrays black people, thinking that they can't make enough income, but in the sense of how it comes to play. So on to the next figure is figure 2, which is the graph of income. So the descriptive below is, as for the dependent variable, which is what I explained earlier in the beginning, is income. And the highest percentage for income is 55%, which is in the category $25,000 or above in that category. And the lowest percentage is above, at least, I want to say 0% in the $1,000 to $2,099 categories. But from the interpretive, as for the dependent variable, the highest value was what I said earlier in the beginning. It just depends on how I see it. But on to the last figure is figure 3, which talks about the political views, which is the independent variable. So for the descriptive, I wrote in the percentage, for the percentage of the political views, at least 35% in the category of the moderate, middle of the road, and the lowest percentage of the political views of this is the extremely liberal, which would be around the percentage of 0.5% approximately. So for the interpretive, what I've seen in the research was, for the political views, I believe that the highest number depends on how many in those type of parties and whatnot. And for the most number in those various parties was the moderate, middle of the road. And as for the dependent variable, the highest value for income was, I'm sorry, please ignore that last thing that I just copied. Sorry, ignore that. Anyway, for the conclusion, in conclusion, from how I've seen the research from the survey and the data, it shows that how the political views affects the income percentages with the race, within the whole race ratio and type of theme. And I believe that whites will increase their incomes than how blacks have in retrospect in the past. So that is all for today. Goodbye.